Hey everybody, back at RLR. We want to talk to you today a little bit about some cam valve train and some lifters and push rods. This is a little bit of a salad here that we got going together. I was going to call it a cake, and these would be all the ingredients, but you get the idea. We'll save that for another day. But right now, what I want to talk to you about is the individual components, and we'll cover some of this other stuff in detail. But right now, I want to talk to you about the Magnum straight cut cam gears. Those cam gear sets back in the day when I was running around racing and everything, those were the sought after cam gears, and so they went away for a little while and now they're back and we have them in stock at RLR. So Magnum straight cut cam gears, they come with 3 different washers. You can have a 0, a 2, and a 4 degree, and we'll show those in more detail, but you can see they're right here. Basically a 0 is the 0, you put it in, put the bolt in, that's straight up. Then you can have a 2 degree, you can do advance or retard. You can have a 4 degree advance or retard washer. So, and the recommendations usually come with the cam cards, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But that's what comes. So you get the cam gears, you get the bolts, you get the washers, everything that you need to get to dial your cam in exactly the right way. Makes your degree in your cam in really, really easy, and you still get the same quality that Made in the USA brings with these cam gears. So. Next thing I want to talk about is our push rods. You know, we had to search long and hard to find righteous push rods to run in. It got very tiresome having to buy push rods, then having to make them to order each one. So what we did was we found a company that makes these push rods. They're one piece for us, but basically they're 3/8 thick wall chromoly, so they're 80 thousandths wall, because that's what you need. They need to be stable. They can't wiggle around. And trust me when I tell you, if you get thinner than that, they want to move around, they want to wiggle. You can imagine with 11-inch long push rod what that looks like. It's valve train instability. But on the ends, they're ball shaped on each end, so they clear the rocker and they clear the lifter. And each set is laser engraved with the RLR name, Ron Lummus Racing, and then the size. And we have those in increments of different sizes ready to go on the shelf at RLR. So again, about the best product we could lay our hands on, and they're pretty reasonable considering, and you don't have to make them. So when you buy them, you put them in, you go down the road. I don't think I've ever seen one bent. Some of the top racers run these, by the way, already. Talking about valve train, and one of the components about valve trains is the actual camshaft, and having the right camshaft in the motor is a really, really big deal. If you don't have the right camshaft, then you're not optimizing your motor. It's not efficient. If it's not efficient, it'll run, yes, in this case with the turbo cams, it'll boost, it'll make power, but you really won't get the most out of the motor. So what we've done is we've come up with a couple of cam designs, and we only have 2 really, I mean, in this regard. So we have the PT1, which is for right around 300 horsepower, fan shroud motor, where you're going to drive it and maybe race it and compete. That is something that we have that works really well in stock at RLR. And then the PT2, it's been our flagship cam that has run literally 8 seconds in the quarter mile over and over again. So the PT2 would be the cam that you'd run if you want to have a like a normal 8694, 2275, 2332. A motor like that would run a PT2 with some good size heads and maybe one of our turbo kits, and you'd make 400 or 500 or more horsepower. That's the ease of the way we've made these things, so that you don't have to figure it all out. All the cams are in clearanced cores, so you don't have to worry about the rods and clearancing and bumping in unless you get to a really, really big motor with some big rods like Potter or something like that. Also, I want to highlight the matching lifter sets that we have. All the lifter sets we have are very common, like is with the industry, where they have an EDM hole. An EDM is a machine that cuts a really very small hole so the oil pressure can come through the side here in the lifter bore and then come out the face, and then basically it oils up and lubes the cam. It's like a cam lube to keep the cams from going flat. We've had really good success with these, and that's why we sell them as matched sets, so you don't have a problem. Basically what we're trying to do is, again, we're not just the chassis guys. We're trying to provide and make parts available that you need. These are the very same parts that we have used over and over again for our own cars, and we're trying to make it so that you can use those in your car. So if you have any questions, again, like I always say, look, just pick up the phone, call us. We're happy to answer your questions. If not, catch us on social media, or you can just send us an email or hit us up on the web. So we'll talk to you soon. Amen.
I waited.